Every parent needs this video, but not every parent wants to acknowledge that they need it, but deep down we all know that we need it. What exactly do we need? Emotion regulation tips. So all last week we talked about, the video was talking all about telling your kids to pull themselves together and how can we help them pull themselves together. Today on this video, we are teaching you parents how to pull yourselves together. Now, if you're not a parent, you can still watch this because these are still helpful tools. These are still skills that I use with all of my clients. So let's get down to it. All right, so the first one is, we've already done a video on it, but how do we regulate our emotions when we are heightened? That's what we're doing. How can parents pull themselves together so they can model that for their kids? First tip is 5-8 breathing. I love it. So you're going to inhale through your nose for 5 seconds. You're going to hold your breath for 2 seconds, and then you're going to exhale for 8 seconds. So it looks like this. Okay, you're gonna do that 4 to 8 times, and usually that will help regulate you. You can do this wherever you are, no matter where you're at. If you feel yourself getting heightened, frustrated, irritated, sad, all of the things where your fight or flight starts to activate, then just do 5-8 breathing, and that might stop it dead in its tracks. All right, that's the first tip. Next tip is what I call a mind observation or a room observation. So you're going to take the room that you're in and you're going to tap into your 5 senses. So you're going to take in that, you're just going to sit here and you're going to look around the room and you're going to look for things that you've never noticed before. You're looking at those little details. Like if I'm looking around my office/studio right now and I'm trying to find something that I've never noticed before, the side of my desk has like these little black marks. And so I would make note of that. And then I would take a smell. Doesn't smell like a whole lot. Taste, stick your tongue out. I just brushed my teeth, so it tastes pretty minty. Hearing thoughts. There's a truck going by outside. And then taste sensation. I feel the fuzzy, like kind of the comfiness of my vest here. So you would do that for about a minute. You tap into all of your senses. It's gonna ground you, and you look around your room and you explore it. You kind of move around, see, okay, where's the pressure going at? That's another sensation. Like right now, how I'm sitting, like the pressure is on my heels on the cold chair. So kind of, and then you would like maybe say it out loud. Yes, talk to yourself. Everyone talks to themselves. It helps us like regulate those kind of things. It helps us work through things. All right, that's the second tip. The third tip is you can grab anything, any object, any random object, right? I don't want to do those. Those are knockoff Legos. Maybe I grab this one. I thought this was funny because I recently bought this. So what you do, I call this an object mindfulness. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take in this object from at least 4 of your 5 senses. Now, you don't have to lick it. That'd be kind of gross, depending on what it is. But everything else, you can take it in. So I see that it's a plain white box. It says, I'm excited to announce that I've just about had it, which I thought was very appropriate for this video. It's wood. There's darker on these sides. Ooh, that's a little rough, so that's a sensation. There's 4 nail holes on that side, but there's only 2 on this side. There's a scan me code on the back. There's a price tag that I haven't got off. It said made with love by Tyne. And then smelling, like getting a real good smell in there. It smells like wood. And then sounds like wood, but sounds more like a chalkboard kind of thing. So again, you're going to take an object, any object you can find, and you're going to take it in and explore it from 4 of your 5 senses. You can always taste it if you want. Go right ahead. I've done this with the softball players before, like college softball players, and I've had some girls who have actually licked the softballs. And I was like, hey, more power to you. If it helps ground you, if it helps you emotionally regulate, by all means, go ahead, lick your skin, lick the ball, whatever it is, whatever it takes to kind of emotionally regulate you, let's do that. All right, next thing that you're going to do kind of in this room is you're going to, I call this the orange technique. So you're going to look around the environment that you're in and you're going to name, list off, say out loud anything that is orange. So there's orange on that bee over there. There's orange writing on one of my previous scripts. There is a little bit of orange on like a sales marketing thing over there. There's orange on the kind of the wheels of the light that's in front of me. And that's it. That's all the orange that I see. So then again, it's just going to ground you. It takes you out of emotional mind and it puts you into logical mind. That's where we want to go. We want to ideally go into that wise mind. Maybe I need to create a video on that, but that's where we want to go. So those are all the tips for kind of like in the sensation room that you're in. Now I'm going to give you 2 techniques that are more like in your head. So it's better if you like close your eyes. And I've had clients do this that is really fun. Now, if you're driving, don't do this. Practice this later, but it is good to practice these. And I'll make a mention of that in a little bit. The first one is you're going to close your eyes and I'm going to tell you an object. And it's going to be an object that everybody knows about. And you're going to close your eyes. And as soon as I say that object, it's going to pop into your head and you're going to get an image of it. And what I want you to do is I want you to explore it in your mind and like rotate it and explore it from all the different angles and explore it from all of your senses. So the object is, are you ready? And I usually have people do this for a minute. Usually will help us bring it out, and it's not that long of a time. You can do anything for a minute and try it out and see if it works for you. So the object is, are you ready for this? A candle. So I'm going to pause. I'm not going to pause for a minute, but I'm going to pause. Explore that object. And again, you're going to explore it. You're going to see what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it feels like. All of the sensations. And then you're to, again, talk out loud. What does your candle look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What does it taste like? And what does it feel like? So for me personally, I remember growing up, my mom used to do candle lights. And for me, it's like one of those snowball candles. It's like about yay big. And it's just like this, it literally looks like a snowball. So it's textured. And so it had a little bit of bite to it because like hardened wax, but like kind of textured. It kind of like starts to create scratchiness. It's about yay big. It's blistering white. It has one wick on it. It smelled like peppermint. If I tasted it, it would taste like wax. So I wouldn't advise it. And then smell, taste, hearing. It was probably like the lighting of the candle, like lighter. And then also just that wick kind of popping. Okay. So that's what it would be. So that's what I call kind of an object mindfulness technique or object mind technique. Okay. Now the last one that we're going to talk about is what's called people who are more creative love this one. So what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to pick out a word, any word you want, and you're going to do the same thing that we've already been doing. You're going to be exploring it from all of your emotions, or not all of your emotions, not that, all of your sensations. And so you're going to pick out any word that you want. And again, you're going to do it for about a minute, and that's going to pull you down. It's going to regulate you, because it's pulling you out of emotional mind and back into logical mind. So what I always do, so again, go ahead. I'm going to stop talking in a second. So go ahead and choose your word and then explore. And then I'm going to tell you what my word is, just to give you an example. So my word is always audacious, because it's my favorite word. I love the word audacious. That's why one of my talks is called Audaciously Imperfect. I love the word audacious. I've loved this word ever since I was in college. So what would my word look like? It would be bold. It would be big font. The colors would be like red and orange and yellow for like fire. And maybe like the bottoms would be brown for like a campfire thing. The smell, of course, would be a campfire smell, and maybe like a little tinge of like s'mores, like the chocolate, that graham cracker, the marshmallows. Oh, so delicious. And now I just thought of like Sandlot, and like Marlowe's and all of the things. And then what it would smell like is like the candle, the campfire burning. It'd feel hot to the touch, but it wouldn't be too much. Like you'd be kind of that like nice little fall days when you have like a good little sweater on. Taste wise, it would be a s'more, obviously. obviously. Hello. And so that's the other one. That's the word mindful technique. And so those are all the techniques that I typically will teach my clients when I'm going through anxiety treatment with them to help them regulate their emotions. So it's the 528 breathing, the room observation, the object observation, the orange technique. You can do any color that you want. If you want pink, if you want green, whatever, do you, boo. Then there's going to be the object in your mind, and then there's the word in your mind. You can do these whenever you want, and it's going to help regulate you, and it's going to teach you start doing these, and then teach them to your kids to help them pull themselves together, because remember, more is caught than taught, and that's what kind of parents we want to be. And by teaching kids ourselves and practicing these ourselves. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. The more that you practice these techniques, the better you get at them. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to do this one time and oh, I'm good. No, you have to practice them and practice them and practice them and practice them. I usually tell my clients to practice them every single day, at least one of them. Obviously, more is better. Every single day. For the next week that I've told them. Obviously, practice them more often, because what we want to be doing is we want to be doing what's called overlearning. We want to be practicing even then when we are calm, cool, and collected, so that when it's a kind of like second nature to us, so that when we do get anxious or emotionally dysregulated, we can go back and it's immediate, like, bam, I'm going to do my mind observation. All right, what do I see? What do I notice? What do I smell? What do I taste? All of the things. We want them to be second nature, or 528 breathing, second nature, so that immediately, as soon as we become emotionally dysregulated, we can go into regulation and grounding and all of the things. And by doing that, by practicing it and teaching it and modeling it for our kids and teaching it to our kids, this is how we're going to be more adaptable, and we're not going to allow our emotions to get the best of us. We're not going to let those damn feels get in the way of living the life that we want to live and that we want our children to live. And by doing this, we're going to be throat punching the Gen Z mental health crisis.